Hello, welcome to Invasion. Is Invasion Season 2 setting up a mysterious connection between Caspar and Mitsuki? Unraveling the enigma, Invasion Season 2 theories. Get ready for a mind-boggling deep dive into the second season of Invasion. Are Caspar and Mitsuki's fates intertwined in ways we can't even imagine? Join us as we dissect the latest episodes and peel back the layers of mystery surrounding these two enigmatic characters. Warning, spoilers ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Episode-by-episode analysis, from the heart-pounding season premiere to the jaw-dropping cliffhangers. We're breaking down each episode to uncover the hidden clues and connections between Caspar and Mitsuki. Is it a coincidence, or is there a grand design at play? In the first episode of Invasion Season 2 on Apple TV+, we reunited with a number of different characters and storylines. We caught up with Anisha and her children Luke and Sarah in British Columbia while they were still on the run from both alien invaders and the watchful human militia group known as the Movement. Also found in Osaka, Japan, is Mitsuki Shiori Katsuna, who has joined the fight against the aliens because fire seems to be the best weapon at human disposal in conflict. But it's not until later in the first episode, something changed, that she meets Nikhil Kapoor, a well-connected digital entrepreneur and investor in the mold of Elon Musk, who hires her for his war-torn, post-apocalyptic company. Despite the fact that Caspar is only visible in the episode's final frame, it is a profound conclusion that raises the possibility of a mysterious connection with Mitsuki, who is located halfway across the globe. The ragtag think tank group of scientists is researching the best and most practical way to go to war with the aliens and turn the tide of a war that the humans are losing. Bringing Mitsuki and Caspar together is a good idea for Invasion Season 2. There was a sense of disconnection between the characters being studied in the first season. They were all set on different continents, and their plots were somewhat similar to one another. The two emotionally committed characters coming together might be a nice new direction for the show. If producers Simon Kinberg X-Men, The Martian and David Weil Hunters can successfully tie Caspar and Mitsuki's paths together, the show will undoubtedly feel more unified than it did in the first season. The Season 2 opener of Invasion was captivating, and it is hoped that the rest of the season can continue in the same vein and build on what was nonetheless a respectable first season. As the invasion continues, we are eager to follow up with former Army Ranger Trevant, who is back in the States and attempting to mend his strained marriage. He and Caspar had worked together in the final few episodes of Season 1, so it would be great to see them again. What is Mitsuki doing with Nikhil in Invasion? At the conclusion of Season 1, the protagonist Mitsuki, the lifeblood of the science fiction series, is adjusting to the loss of her girlfriend Hinata. It seems that Hinata may have survived, but she is wandering aimlessly and lamenting her loss. It is encouraging to see her back in the fight, and in the Season 2 debut, the show doesn't waste any time bringing the brilliant space engineer back into the mix when she is picked up on the street by two enigmatic guys and flown to meet Nikhil, who has established a business not far from the alien ship Mitsuki assisted in blowing up the Amazon forest at the end of the first season. The technology that they discover on board the spacecraft is being used by him and his crew to determine the most effective means of communication and hostilities with the alien species. However, when given the chance to actually enter the same chamber as the strange alien entity, which is presumably a thinking organism or a brain that controls the actions of the spider-like, tentacled aliens that are attempting to terraform Earth, Mitsuki has regained that bold fearlessness. Mitsuki's alien encounter in the Invasion Season 2 premiere is a big moment. After putting Mitsuki through a series of tests, the ship resident cognitive scientist, Dr. Maya Castillo, gives her a tour of the ship and leads her to a massive chamber that contains a mysterious creature that no one has ever been able to approach without suffering psychological injury. Even though she is aware that everyone who has gone before her has been killed, the intrepid and fearless Mitsuki is nevertheless willing to take a chance by approaching the alien aboard the ship. It's a very cool scene that sort of ties together aspects from the first season as she slowly makes her way inside the chamber where the creature is located, and Space Oddity by David Bowie begins to emit from the being. She is calm as a cucumber as she approaches the transparent amoeba-like object, which is in keeping with what we know about the intelligent young scientist. She maintains her composure and extends her hand to touch the creature, which resembles suspended water and has a marvelous electrical charge similar to a kaleidoscope. If you've watched the movie The Abyss, it has a form quite similar to that water creature. The entity recoils just as Mitsuki is ready to make physical contact with it, and she lowers her hand. We catch our first glimpse of Caspar while he is being attentively watched in a triage hospital bed in France, thousands of miles away. What is Mitsuki's connection with Caspar? Only briefly do we get to see Caspar, yet those few seconds are filled with fresh possibilities. Even though the alien intelligent form seems to be unconscious, his brain is still functioning, and when Mitsuki gets close to it, there is a definite change in the pattern of his brainwaves and his neurological activity quickens. The rate at which the EEG monitor beeps increases. It might be interpreted in a number of different ways, but it strongly implies that there will be a relationship between the two in forthcoming episodes that will be essential in staging an offensive against the invaders. We can only guess what that relationship will be at the time this article is being written. and while in Anish's hands, the extraterrestrial object begins to eerily pulse. Perhaps Caspar will unite everyone. Thank you for watching.